Good evening. Thank you for watching All Pets Considered. The purpose of our show is not only to find great homes for animals in need, but to enhance the quality of life for the animals that already have homes. Our show also strives to find ways to help pet owners improve the relationship that they have with their pets. As always, we'll start tonight's show by introducing our wonderful set pet, Chauncey. Chauncey is actually an area stray. He was just a kitten out in the cold, and one of our production staff adopted him. He's in a great home now. Tonight, our adoption option segment is with Fayetteville Animal Services. Welcome, Chris, to All Pets Considered. We are always happy to have Fayetteville Animal Services here, and you bring us some great pets that hopefully we're going to get adopted. But I want to remind everybody that if you don't see the right pet here, there are so many that need homes, and so please come by. How are we going to get hold of you?
The Fayetteville Animal Shelter is located at 1640 South Armstrong Avenue. That's down on the south side of town, just off of 15th Street.
Easy to find.
Yes, definitely. We've got our website where all of our available pets are listed. That's fayettevilleanimals.petfinder.com. We can also be found at accessfayetteville.org. That's the City of Fayetteville's website. Or you can give us a call. It's 479-444-3456.
I tell you, a bunch of good ways, and online, there's so many people now that's how they find their pets. Please make sure you visit the Fayetteville Animal Services because there's great animals there. You guys have some pretty fun things coming up too, as I understand.
Yes, we do.
You need some help from some of our culinary viewers, so how can we help you?
Well, the Fayetteville Animal Shelter is putting together a cookbook that we're going to be selling for profit. All the proceeds are going to go to directly benefit the animals at the shelter.
Now we're talking human cookbook,
yes.
Not animal recipes, dog cookbook, or human cookbook.
I believe we're actually requesting recipes both for humans and pets.
Excellent,
so
excellent.
We'll request that stew for the puppy stew.
Well, you know, I have a lot of my clients, and I'm sure you know people who actually cook for their pets.
My mother does.
Yes, and so there's great recipes out there. So a dog cookbook and a human cookbook would be available. And like you say, all the profits go to Fayetteville Animal Services. So you're helping an animal. All you have to do is make a copy of that recipe or send it in, call and find out how to send it in.
Yeah, if you'll contact the Fayetteville Animal Shelter at 479-444-3456, let us know how many recipes you have, and we'll get all that copied over. We'll get it into our format. You don't have to worry about that.
Excellent.
We'll get it put in the cookbook. We have about 200 recipes right now. We're looking to get to 600 by the end of June and get it published by the end of fall.
The best recipes I ever got were not from the big national cookbooks. It's the ones that the next door neighbor gives you, or Aunt so-and-so
Aunt Sally's
gives you.
cookie recipe.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that's a great way to raise money, and you're going to help animals. All of us do a little cooking, or we know a good recipe. So help a critter and send in that recipe, no doubt.
Definitely.
Speaking of critters, I'm going to start with the one in your lap, I guess. Let me see you. First I'll get you.
Well, this is Mick. He's a year-old Yorkie mix. He was brought to the shelter as a stray. For some reason, nobody came forward to claim him.
He is cute. He's got to be maybe 8-9 pounds and full grown already.
He's definitely full grown, and I can't imagine him getting much taller. I wouldn't be upset if he got a little wider, though. He
does need to gain a pound or two, maybe, but in the right home, that happens.
Yes.
It does, Chris. So Yorkie cross, and adoption-wise, I mean, you can't find these dogs everywhere. So what is the fee for a dog like this?
Our adoption fee is $60.
For a small dog, even?
Yeah, for a small dog. What that's going to cover is his neuter. It's going to cover his rabies vaccination, his microchip. It's going to cover all of his initial booster shots, deworming. We even test him for heartworms. We'll send you home with a bag of groceries,
I'm just stunned, because $60 is a great price. And thanks for the little lick, Mick. For the neuter and vaccines, you're going to pay twice that anywhere. I mean, more than twice that.
By my math, at most veterinarians, if you already have the dog, those veterinary services are going to cost about $250.
Absolutely, $60. And you get what you see. This is a little less than 10-pound dog. He's going to be a perfect totable size. And Yorkies aren't big shedders. So having that terrier coat, it's a little rougher coat, and there's not a double coat. Low shedding.
Yeah, it is important to take a brush to him once a week, but it's going to be minimal grooming for a longer-haired dog.
Absolutely. Now, do you have any idea how he is with other animals or children or anything like that?
He seems to get along really well with other dogs. I have not seen him with another cat, and I'm going to go on a limb and say he's going to be fantastic with the kids.
Because he's just got such a good personality.
Exactly. He's just, there's no way to go wrong with Mick.
And you do have a place that you can bring your children to meet him, or maybe your other dog in the household to see how they like each other?
Yeah, definitely. If anybody has any concerns about introducing a new dog into the home environment, they're definitely welcome to bring their dog, their kids, even their cat down to the shelter. We've got an inside room where you can put the cat, and we've got 2 outside fully fenced-in dog parks where we can let the dogs run loose just to make sure that they're going to be a good match for each other.
That's great, because you really don't want to get Mick back. You want the home
Yes.
that Mick finds to be...
We call it a forever home for a reason.
That's right, a home
It's supposed
for Mick
to be forever.
Forever. Cute little dog, very adoptable. $60, let me tell you, for a small breed dog is a great price. Most of them, you know, go for much more than that.
Definitely.
And he's a very, very good personality, so he should find a home for you. I would hope so. I'm going to put you, oh, you know what? I'm going to put you back under there. Or, you know what? I would be way smarter to hand him to you, wouldn't I, Chris?
Let's do that.
Because, you know what? He likes to be in someone's arms. All right, well, you brought a full-size model with us, with you today.
Well, we were talking about forever homes, and unfortunately, sometimes forever homes aren't forever. This is Lady. She's a 7-year-old healer mix. She's got that beautiful blue merle patches on her back.
She's very, very pretty.
She's got the black and tan on the face. You'll notice she's full of groceries.
She's been well fed somewhere, so tell us about that.
Well, she was surrendered by the owner. They said that they had too many dogs, so they brought her to the shelter. She's 7 years old. She's such a wonderful dog. She's excellent on a leash. She's friendly. I mean, we're talking about a full-grown dog. Compare the two right now, the puppyish dog to the full-grown dog. This is going to be a great companion for an older home,
a nice mellow dog, yes. I mean, she doesn't have that high energy level that you're going to have to work with and find an outlet for all that energy.
Exactly.
Pretty much this girl's going to want to sit there by your lap or by your legs and be petted and loved on.
Yeah,
indeed,
definitely.
huh? Well, you're welcome. So it's always a heartbreak to think of what she's gone through, going from a home and family to a shelter environment. Not that you guys aren't great, but I know you really want her back in a home again, and that's where she wants to be too.
Definitely.
Adoption fee for her, how
also
much?
$60.
Wow.
And that covers her spay and all the other good stuff that we talked about with Mick.
She's just loving being petted like this. She's just thinking this is the best thing in the world. A little thicker coat. She is going to require some brushing.
Yes.
But she's got the short coat, Chris, so it's not going to be a long lot of shedding that way at all. I see she's got the nice little kerchief with her, so you must have a groomer volunteering their time?
She, actually both of these dogs got a bath today.
That's so nice.
They got pampered for their television appearance.
That's awesome. And there are volunteers that do that for you then?
Yes, we do.
We'll have to remember that. Our viewers, some of the people who maybe couldn't take another animal in but want to help a shelter pet, there's always animals that need a little extra petting, a little extra grooming, socialization.
A bath will go a long way for a shelter dog.
Well, she's just leaning on me thinking this is just life at its best here, let me tell you. So it is life at its best, you're right. Very sweet dog.
Definitely.
Very sweet dog. And again, if you're not a terrier type and maybe you're more interested in puppy, there's so many dogs available and cats at the shelter that it's a shame not to start there. I'll let you run around. It's a shame not to start there if you're looking for a pet.
Definitely.
It really is. Well, let's get a kitty cat out. Yeah, let's see about you. Oh, you know it's your turn. Now, this cat has been around home environment as well, too.
Yes, this is another one that went to its forever home and unfortunately didn't get to stay there.
It does take 2 hands to carry this cat. It's bigger than the dog that we had on to begin with.
This is Garfield. He weighs a very solid 19 pounds.
Oh my gosh. Well, Garfield's a good name. He's the orange tabby that we all know as Garfield.
Well, it wasn't lasagna that this particular Garfield was eating. He was fed a steady diet of canned dog food.
Oh, that's incorrect, improper diet for a kitty cat.
It's very unhealthy, and this is what happens.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, the cat was adopted from the shelter sometime last year. He put on all this weight, and unfortunately he got to the point where he could not reach all the way back to clean himself. He required assistance to just do basic grooming like a cat does. And because the people who adopted the cat weren't willing to take care of that, they surrendered it back to the shelter.
Oh.
So we changed his name, called him Garfield, and given him a new start.
There you go. He needs a new life. So they adopted him and fattened him up, and when he couldn't groom himself, they brought him back. And a word of caution to all our viewers, when an animal gets overweight like this, it is hard for them to groom. And Garfield can't physically get to where he needs to clean himself up, to get mats off himself. And I'm sure that the new home and the shelter will be working on reducing his weight so that he's healthier. Cats that are this size are also prone to diabetes and to arthritis problems. So the best thing that we can all do for Garfield is to give him a new life with less weight.
Less weight, and that's all that takes to accomplish is going to be a simple prescription diet food and being fed in smaller doses.
No,
and
less food.
I can say that from experience with my own personal cat.
Well, Chris, 2 ways for any of us to lose weight: eat less or exercise more.
Yes.
So you got to look at it that way. He's a very affectionate cat. He's just wonderful sitting here letting me pet him. There's dogs running around all around him. He doesn't seem stressed out by that. So I think he'd make a great pet for someone. And remind me, did you say how old Garfield was?
Garfield's just over 5 years old.
Just over 5. Perfect age.
Yep.
You know, perfect age.
Well, since Garfield entered the shelter already neutered, we have a program that we call Compassionate Hearts. What that Compassionate Hearts program is going to mean is that for any adopter above the age of 62 or with any sort of disability, we'll completely waive the adoption fee for Garfield so that we can get him into a home where his ability to lay there and not do anything can be used to its best. To its advantage, that's right. Since he's already in that mode of just relaxing and being petted. That's a great program, and so many of us do need animals in our lives. Human doctors will tell you they lower blood pressure and certainly are great anti-anxiety treatments. Animals are, no doubt. And there's lots of animals to choose from. So if one of these didn't catch your eye, Chris, go to Fayetteville Animal Services and look around. Yeah. No doubt. We do appreciate them. And I love visiting with them. And I always want to take one home, but my husband's glad I don't go home with any more. I appreciate it, but I have 5 dogs and 7 cats. Occupational hazard. I know the feeling. I do. No doubt. Well, thank you again. We appreciate it. Thank you for your time. We'll be right back.
That's my friend, Cole. And that's me, Ilya. Ever since we got teamed up by Canine Companions for Independence, people don't think of Cole as the kid in the wheelchair anymore. Now he's the kid with a really cool dog. Personally, I think Cole's pretty cool too. To find out how you can help bring people like Cole together with dogs like me, visit cci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK.
Where does my water come from?
Where does my water come from?
Where does my water come from?
If you live in one of the 4 major cities in Northwest Arkansas, Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, or Bentonville, your water comes from the Beaver Water District. Beaver Lake is also the source of water for 3 other utilities in the region surrounding Beaver Lake. So now you know. If you live in Northwest Arkansas, the chances are that your clean and safe drinking water comes from Beaver Lake and is provided to you by the Beaver Water District. Imagine Beaver Lake and what it means in your life. Visit Beaver Water District's website at bwdh2o.org for information on what the lake and its watershed mean to us all. Beaver Lake. You drink it every day.
Patty, let me be honest with you. Won't filing for Social Security benefits online be confusing?
George, it's simple and easy, and you can do it in your pajamas from the comfort of your own home.
Oh, my.
You've navigated through asteroid belts, right?
Oh, sure, plenty of times.
Well, compared to that, navigating socialsecurity.gov is a snap.
Really?
It's so easy. Even Kirk could do it.
America has seen much change in the past 10 years. Terrorism, wars, natural disasters, and historical elections. What hasn't changed is the mission of Head Start. The goal at EOA Head Start Early Head Start has been to empower families to break the circle of poverty and to invest in our future by educating children and building stronger communities. Learn how you can support EOA Head Start Early Head Start by calling 479-521-5571. Serving Washington County since 1965.
My Jamie, the precious baby girl. When Jamie was a teenager, she would spend her lunch hours going to the tanning salons. I didn't realize how dangerous they were. If you tan when you're young, your risk for melanoma are increased by 75%. That's huge. No mother should have to visit their daughter in a cemetery.
This message is brought to you by the American Academy of Dermatology.
Deborah Grodetka is a highly qualified dog behavior professional with extensive experience as a trainer and behavior specialist. She has earned the title of Certified Pet Dog Trainer from the Certification Council of Pet Dog Trainers and is the founder of Every Dog Can Incorporated.
Hi, I'm with Gary and Lisa. Gary and Lisa called me a few months ago because they were having some disharmony in their pack. Actually, between their two female dogs. Drea, who's the younger dog of the two that you see here, she was actually the last dog to join the pack. And Rihanna, the older girl who you see over there lying by the house. Now, you know, when one takes 4 dogs that came from completely separate beginnings in life and put them together in a family unit, there sometimes are some challenges because, you know, these dogs didn't ask to live together. They were put together by Lisa and Gary into a social unit. But the one thing that I want to commend Gary and Lisa for is they are incredibly responsible and humane people. Each one of these dogs has really quite a neglected background, and they came into this household really to have a great life, and each one was rescued from some pretty dire circumstances. So by bringing these 4 dogs together into this household, they have given these dogs a possibility at a terrific life. And as you look around, you'll see in their playground out here, they've got a wonderful life together. Okay, now, part of what we need to do when we're managing 4 dogs like this is use their trained behavior, sit down, leave it, in constructive ways. One of the ways we train is in conjunction with play. Because you can use play or retrieving toys as a motivation. It doesn't always have to be discipline. You can make the sit or the stay, incorporate that in part of the training with the play so it's a happy thing, that it's not always discipline, 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 but it's fun, fun, fun. So the dog really looks upon training as another form of a game and play. So Gary, you've got this special game that you play with Rihanna and Riley, right?
Yeah.
So just explain to us what you're going to do with them here.
Okay, what I've learned is that if I just throw a frisbee and they both run after it, chances are neither one's going to catch it, and they're probably going to wrestle over it to bring it back. So kind of haphazardly, I've learned to initiate training in with this by having Rianne wait for hers. So Riley will go catch his, and then I'll send Rianne's out. So Rianne knows that this red one is hers. Rianne, this is yours. Riley, this is yours. She'll wait, and when Riley runs after this, then she'll know hers is next. Riley's going to run out and catch this one. Maybe not. Threw it too low. Okay, Rihanna, this one's yours.
There goes Rihanna.
And Rihanna will go out second.
Good.
They'll both usually return about the same time here. Come on, Riley. Yeah, I'll throw it where you can catch it this time. Yeah. Okay, Rihanna, stay. Riley, this is yours. Uh-oh. Ah, bad throw again. Next time for sure. Rihanna, yeah.
So you're asking Rihanna to wait patiently until Riley goes after his. Now, do you ever reverse the order? Where you ask Riley to wait while you throw Rihanna's? That might be something you might want to try at some point. So you get the dogs trading off into who is showing which
right. I think
impulse
I'll try
control.
It right now, and I'll bet Riley will stay. Riley, sit. Riley, sit. 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 Stay.
Good.
Stay.
Excellent.
Rianne, this is yours. Riley, stay. Rianne, get it, Rianne. Ran.
Good job.
Riley, stay.
Nice. Riley's holding that stay so beautifully. Look at that.
So he's
See,
waiting on his.
patiently.
Now, Riley, here you go. This one I should
Riley,
be able to throw
Riley.
good enough if you'll step over just a little bit. Riley, get your frizz. Get your frizz. Get your frizz. That one's a catcher there.
All right, good job. So, you know, I'd incorporate that into your training, where trade off who's waiting for whom.
Okay, that's a good idea.
It adds another level of difficulty to it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ran, and Ran will catch if she's already out there. It's hard to get her.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's getting up there in years a little bit,
but,
you know?
yeah, I just kind of started the rotation, and that's the way I stayed with it because it worked.
Excellent.
But yeah, that's a very good idea. We'll mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Riley, sit. Sit down. Sit down, especially since you love it the most.
Do you have a hand signal you use for him with sit? Because sometimes I find for some dogs, raising your hand over the head, as they look up for the hand.
If I have anything, it's probably this. Riley, sit.
Excellent. Use the hand signal more, because dogs are much more visual than verbal, especially if he's really anticipating the toy. Give him that hand signal, and he usually will respond much more quickly than to the word. So I would incorporate that into your training there.
Okay, Riley,
Excellent.
this is yours. You stay. Rihanna.
Okay, Rihanna, it's your turn, babe.
Get your Riley.
Riley.
Riley, come here. Bug.
Riley.
Riley, come. Riley, come on. Come on, Bug.
See, they get into habits.
Yeah.
He's so
he
used
thinks
to.
his is going first.
Right, and so
Riley.
he's really not thinking it through. What you want to do is
Riley.
really make him understand that
Come here,
he has to wait.
Come on. Come on.
And Neville, the cat, is just
Sit down.
very blissfully watching the whole thing.
Let's try the finger. Riley. Riley. Thank you. Stay. That's yours. Riley. Good girl. Riley, stay. Stay.
Riley.
Riley. Come here.
Now,
Riley.
this is the point in training where the trainer with less discipline will just give in, and you don't want to do that. You really want to make Riley understand in a kind, gentle way what it is you want him to do. So just, you know, that's really important.
Sit. Stay. Riley. Stay. Stay. Rian. Riley.
George, it's a great deal. Only used a couple of times, and it gets great parsecs for very little dilithium crystals.
Well, I appreciate the offer, but what I really need is information about Social Security. How do I find out what my monthly payment will be?
Online.
How about if I just want Medicare?
Online.
Oh my. We'll boldly go to socialsecurity.gov.
Let's go kick the tires.
Imagine Beaver Lake. It's more than a place to fish, play, and camp. Beaver Lake is the nurturing source of life for all of Northwest Arkansas. You may think Beaver Lake is somewhere out in the country. In fact, Beaver Lake is in our homes. Beaver Lake is in our backyards. Beaver Lake is in our lives, and in a very big way. Clean and plentiful water is the fundamental cornerstone to the wonderful quality of life we enjoy in Northwest Arkansas. But clean and available water doesn't just happen. Maintaining this precious resource and assuring it is available for generations yet to come is everyone's responsibility. So remember, Beaver Lake is a destination, but it's also a constant presence in our lives. To learn more about Beaver Lake and the entire watershed, visit the Beaver Water District's website at bwdh2o.org. Beaver Lake. You drink it every day.
My buddy Tommy is an artist, and I'm his assistant, Hailey. Actually, I've been helping Tommy with a lot of things since we were teamed up by Canine Companions for Independence. I help him get around, reach things he can't get to, keep him smiling. Sometimes I'm even his paintbrush. To find out how you can help bring people like Tommy together with dogs like me, visit cci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK.
Chocolate milk is so delicious. Not only that, but it's so nutritious. Get some in you to improve your fitness, to have you rebuilding, looking ready for business. Go on ahead and tip back your glass. Chocolate milk, fuel your blast.
Chocolate milk is almost twice as effective as commercial sports drinks for refueling exhausted muscles. Twice! Milk. Chocolate. Milk.
Well, Chris, I've just truly enjoyed every animal you brought. I wish I could take them all home, but I can't, so hopefully our viewers will and give them a way to get hold of you.
Yeah, definitely. The Fayetteville Animal Shelter is located at 1640 South Armstrong Avenue. You can give us a call at 479-444-3456. To see pictures and descriptions of Mick, Lady, and Garfield, you can go to FayettevilleAnimals.petfinder.com, or you can also visit our official city website, accessfayetteville.org.
And you can find out a little more information on Mick and Garfield and Lady.
Yes, ma'am.
So those are the really important ones that I'm already bonded to, Chris, so we've got to find homes for them, no doubt. If any of our viewers need to get hold of our training expert, Deborah Grodecka, they can by giving her a call at 479-925-3000, or just visit her online at everydogcan.com. At the close of tonight's show, we'd like to remind you that there are so many wonderful pets that don't have homes. So please be sure to take the time to visit one of our local shelters and find a friend that's right for you. It will enhance your quality of life to bring a loving animal into your home. And if you already have a pet, don't forget to do your part by having your pet spayed or neutered. We want to thank all of you out there for watching, and remember, we'd love to hear from you. If you have a special pet photo, maybe have a great story about a special adoption from one of our local shelters, please visit us at jonestv.org and tell us about it. I'm Nancy Belknap. Have a great evening, and we hope that you'll tune in next week for All Pets Considered.